But because of their perception of how I do, like there was once I was having a conflict with my boss because she was like, every time I walk by, you're always on your phone. I was like, well, I feel like you just tend to walk by at really bad times because I use my phone maybe 4 times. Like before lunch, I classify my day into like before lunch and after lunch because otherwise it's too hard to try to keep up with hours and be sad at the fact that time passes so slow. But like I told her, I was like, I don't use my phone that much at all. I'll be listening to music. Is that what you mean? She's like, no, I don't mean you have your headphones in. What I know there's something that you guys do, but like every time I walk by, I see you on your phone. I'm sitting here thinking about it, and I'm like, you must really just walk by every time I like respond to a text message or something. Because
I remember you told us one time, like, I'm literally changing a song. Like that's what you had. That's
what
you were doing.
And like so she walked. Yeah, so like with that particular situation, she walks up and I had my phone like off to the side because I had already been talked to about like, oh, well, don't be on your phone. So I was like, you know what? Maybe if it looks like my phone isn't in arm's reach, she won't assume that I'm spending it all day talking or texting on my phone. So I was listening to something on Spotify. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna switch to a different playlist. I tapped my phone, turned it on, unlocked it, went to tap a different playlist. And at that exact moment, she walks up and she's like, "See, this is what I mean.
Get off your phone!"
And I'm just like, "Come on!" Like, if you, like maybe it's like a respect thing, but if I was a boss, I would take a glance at the phone and be like, "Oh, that looks like music. Whatever." Like, but
I mean,
no,
honestly,
all you see is my hand near my phone.
Honestly, dude, and I don't mean to cut you off too much, but I'm gonna make a video about that as well. Bosses versus leaders. How do you have time to just stroll on through each and every time to check to see if people's on their phones or not? Like, do some work, man.
Don't you have something to do?
Right? Don't you got manager or boss shit to do?
Yeah,
like,
there's some paperwork to fill out.
like give me. How do I get your job to make sure I'm, to make sure other people are doing their job? I want that shit. Like, come on, son.
Hell yeah. Yeah, man. It's just, I don't know, man. It's just really crazy. And like, after
wait. I'm sorry, Blue. And then they call us lazy when you have a position like that, just checking to see if people are doing their jobs or not. Hello?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, what's really crazy is that I honestly think we're one of the, I don't want to say the least lazy generations because that's hard to quantify. But I honestly feel like because so much of our generation is quote unquote distracted by phones and we're so used to instant gratification. Honestly, I feel like we work harder because we want to get through it. Like we're not the people who are like, I'm gonna do my work and I'm gonna be in my work. We're like, I'm gonna do my work and I'm gonna finish it because I have no reason to spend all day on this.
Thank you.
Like, because that's the way I do all my work, and I've been told like, oh, I remember when I first started there, they were like, oh, well, maybe you should slow down a bit. What?
Slow down?
like why?
Like, one of the jobs I got when I was still in college, a summer job I got, I was working in a warehouse, and they told me, okay, well, we need to unwrap all of these shipment boxes, put them on pallets, and then wrap them up on the pallets, get a count of how many boxes there are, get inventory of them, and then set them over here using like the hand truck thing so that they can be shipped out in the morning. I did that in 4 hours. That was supposed to be 3 days of work. And I was just like, am I just working fast? So, of course, since it was hourly pay, I got sent home. I didn't have anything else to do. And when I got there the next day, some of the people that were also on the temp contract with me, they were like, yeah, man, you can't really work that fast. Like, because sometimes you just got to stretch out your work and all this other stuff. And I was just like, why can't they just give me more stuff to do? Yeah. Like, are you telling me that 3 really efficient millennials could clean out this whole warehouse in 2 afternoons?
Wait, hold on. So my predicament at work, which won't be named right now, it's actually like a really weird effect. If I get something done too fast, we get kind of penalized for it. But if we take too long to do something, we get penalized for it. I don't. I'm just not understanding. Like, do you want me to do the work or nah? I don't know. Yeah, really. Just a little side note there. Sorry.
No, it's all good. It's very similar to stuff I've had to deal with where, well, you don't want to finish it too fast. But if you take forever, well, why are you still working on it? Like, I don't know what you want. just tell me when you want it done by, and I'll make sure that on that day it's completed. Whether I do it all overnight or I did it 6 weeks ago, just tell me what day you want me to tell you, hey, I'm finished. And it's crazy because I've actually, on one of our project tracker things, I've actually had to start putting like random percentage of completes just to like try to quantify the fact that I'm basically done with something, but I'm giving it more time. Like once I put I'm 97.5% done with it. I'm doing final edits. Like, bro, I finished this 2 weeks ago, but I can't tell you that because you may think that's too fast. So,
oh man,
it's crazy.
That is crazy. Well, Blue, you kind of know what to expect when you enter the realm of corporate America, at least for a short time. Hello? Oh, he's muted.
Yeah, I'm still here.
Oh, okay. But yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, no, I mean, just by listening through the bullshit that Black goes through every day at work, it's just like, how the hell you expect somebody to slow down with their work and, you know, try to pace their work, and then when they do so in the way that they can best do it, you reprimand them for it. Like, what the heck?
Stupid.
Like, this shit is dumb.
Yeah, it honestly starts feeling like you can't do it. Like, I feel like that it's like a vicious cycle of motivation. So I mean, all work takes motivation to finish. But like,
Exactly.
if I get to my job and I'm really motivated to get something done, and you feel like I did it too fast, so I slow down, and you feel like I did it too slow, it's gonna make me not want to do work at all. Like,
Yeah, like how, like what do you want me to do? That's that, you know, boss mentality, not leader mentality. Like, you want me to do this your way. If you have a specific way that you want me to do shit, then go ahead and give it to me. Don't just keep telling me that you're doing it wrong.
It reminds me of, I don't even know what comedian it was at the time, but it reminds me of, like, he was talking about being a parent, and he was saying his kids piss him off because he tells them to do stuff, but they don't do it the way that he wants them to.
Oh,
And he'd be
that's
like,
the
no.
part.
Oh yeah, that was Kevin Hart. He was like, no, do it the way that I pictured you doing it in my head.
Yeah, exactly. Like this,
Like, and that'll work for a parent because I live with you, so eventually I'll learn, like, when you say wash the dishes, you also meant mop the floors and take out the trash.
yeah.
I get that now. But when you're only around somebody for 8 hours a day and you spend 6 of those hours trying to look busy, like,
like you don't know what to do.
yeah, like, I don't know what you want.
Like, I really don't know what to do. Like, if, like, at my internship, had it been my, like, if I was literally at the high school, there were times, if I didn't have work to do, I would have legit brought my DS and then started playing my DS. And I know that my supervisor wouldn't have said shit because we literally had nothing to do most days.
And honestly, I wish that there was a change that would come to the workplace. Like, not that at my job we're in a position to do that anymore, because we actually have a lot of stuff coming up. I almost want to say finally, but it's not really a good thing. Well, it's a good and bad thing. But I honestly wish that they were more okay with us doing stuff, because that kind of stuff keeps you engaged. Like, it's almost like if you're playing a sport and you get pulled out of the game, the coach is going to look at you funny if you go on the sidelines and you start practicing your shot or something. Like, you're just trying to stay engaged. You don't want to sit there and, like, cool off and get this and, like, lose interest. Like, I got in trouble because I brought the Surface that you now have, Blue. I brought that to work initially because, as you all know, I love cars. So I had just like a slideshow of my favorite cars. They were just kind of scroll in the background because we have 2 monitors. My monitors were always had stuff up on them. So I was like, you know what? I'll just have something really nice to look at out of the corner of my eye. Like, if I ever want to just take like a mental breather, you just look down, go through the slideshow, whatever, just something. And then I think one day I was working on something and I got an idea, so I like switched over real quick to my Surface and I typed out like the skeleton of the idea basically. Then I got in trouble. They were like, well, you can't really bring outside work to work. And I was like, I get that, but it wasn't really outside work. Typically I'm like looking around for a piece of paper to write something down on and trying to hold on to it, as opposed to just typing it right there and I'll get to it after work and it doesn't distract me for 5 minutes because I did it in 2 seconds. Like, I don't I don't understand how you think it's better that I have to. I mean, because now when I have an idea, I lock my computer, I get up, I walk to the break room, and I'm in there for like 15 minutes, as opposed to type of idea, I'll just keep going. Like,
yeah, that's real nitpicky about shit like that.
It's a crazy world, man.
Yeah, it's just really nuts, and it's really like every day Like anytime I have shit like this, like a job rejects me or something like that, like it takes a lot out of me just to keep myself encouraged and moving forward. Like today, I like after that interview, I just laid back in the bag. So I was like, man, she said the same shit that other job says. I ain't getting the position. So I just laid down for a little bit. I was just thinking to myself, like, just trying to get myself back together, get that motivation for me to, continue to do whatever the hell I needed. Because I mean, I know a job is gonna land eventually. Like, I seriously applied to more than jobs, and I just graduated.
Yeah. Hey, Blue. If anything, man, I'm just honestly, I'm kind of glad you didn't get the position here.
Yeah.
Because it's stressing your boy out a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And
is it bad that I also kind of feel that way about my job?
Yeah, it's like because
I didn't want to say anything. Be like, I'm actually kind of glad they didn't get that job because things are super stressful right now.
Yeah,
but like low key, I was like, well, at least he doesn't have to deal with it.
Yeah, man. So it's like it's kind of a win-win. Honestly, the right job will pop up for you, Blue. I'm just glad it wasn't mine or Joey's. You know what I'm saying? Because right now, that shit is extra crave, man. It's don't fret too much. Don't feel too discouraged about it. You're not missing anything, man. Trust me. There's a way better opportunity for you.
Fair enough.
Trust me.
It's a grind. Like my parents always like whenever I come home and I'm frustrated, my parents always tell me like, that's just a game you got to play and you never stop playing it. And I'm just like, I get it, but like let's just be real for a second. I'm really good at games. Like y'all have played games with me. I'm really good at games, and the fact that I'm struggling so much with basic human interaction because I think something makes sense, and they're just like, well, no, of course not. Because she thinks this, which means that you lose. And I'm just like, why?
Yeah.
I'm playing by the rules. I did everything I was supposed to do. I turned in everything I was supposed to turn in. It's like, well, but you didn't sacrifice the goat after rolling a d12. So I'm just like, I didn't even know that there were dice. What do you mean? And people just like, well, that's just the way corporate America goes. Like one of my coworkers is telling me that constantly. Like that's just how you have to do things with this person. And I was just like, I hear what you're saying. I just can't get over the fact that that's crazy. Like on a slightly, I don't want to like start a rant or anything, but like on a slightly different, more personal topic. Like it's no different than those people who like are making videos right now about how to act when the police pull you over so you don't get shot and killed. Like, why do I need a strategy guide to survive
against those who are supposed to protect me?
Right. Exactly.
Like these things should be the simple things in life, but they're the most difficult things ever, and it doesn't make any sense. I mean, I completely agree with Joey. There's like in his case, there should be no reason that it's hard to understand, or not really understand, but be at eye level with somebody else in your workplace, because for some reason normally what you think will be logic and what usually would be logic is for some reason illogical to somebody who's higher up than you, and now all of a sudden your logic is just invalid,
just blown away.
Yeah, it's like it's hard to fathom. I mean, I was going through the same thing when I was working morning shift at Chick-fil-A. I don't mind saying my job is Chick-fil-A because there's like 1,000 Chick-fil-A's. So, what. But yeah, like one of my co-workers who was the team leader, she literally was doing a whole bunch of stuff that literally did not make sense. She would always tell me to go do things after I either did it, somebody else had done it, or I'm in the process of doing something else because somebody that's higher than her told me to do it. But then she'll get upset with me because I'm not doing what she told me to do. After I told her, yeah, this person told me to do it. The person that's higher than you told me to do this. So I'm going to do that because they override everything that you say that I gotta do. I told them what you asked me to do, but they still want me to do it. Yet you still getting up frustrated with me. You still getting mad at me. You still treating me like I'm some new person, and it's really annoying. And it doesn't make sense, and it takes a lot out of somebody who's very logical, who knows how to make things like can just see everything making sense and just wish that it could just go that way, but for some odd reason, because of this person or that person, it doesn't.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Yeah, man. It's, I don't know. I don't want to start a war with like. No, I really don't. I really don't. No, I don't want to do it. I don't want to. But
it's time to go to battle.
Nah, I'm not gonna do it. Not on this podcast. But I guess to kind of hint at it, I don't want no feminists like chopping off my head. But
oh boy,
I know.
He's going there.
Hey, but like super high key. Some days, like it just feels like, and no offense to anybody, seriously, I'm just joking around. Disclaimer: I don't really mean this shit, but as soon as I walk into the office building, all logic is thrown out the window and it's replaced with woman logic. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. Because it's exactly what
did lose his life.
Yeah, I know, but no, just honestly, Blue, it's exactly what you said, man. It's like you go into the workplace thinking, okay, maybe I should do something this way, which makes sense, which is logical. You know, let me go in and give that a try. Oh, okay. Now my boss is yelling at me.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
And it's hard to figure out what the hell they want you to do, and it's like trying to make the right decision so that they can see that you're making the right decision. You're trying to make the logical decisions, but the second it either doesn't work because some random variable came out of nowhere and slightly altered it, all of a sudden it's like, what are you doing? I didn't tell you to do that. Go do what I told you to do. And it's like, how the hell are you supposed to, show that you know what you're doing so that you can possibly move up or get a raise or something like that? Show your worth, that you're not just some fucking team member.
Yeah, like you want to be
sitting there for the longest.
Yeah, you want to be able to show your company that you are a self-sufficient kind of worker, and maybe if you do these things a certain way, aka the logical way, maybe it could be done a little faster, more efficient. You'll never know, but you guys don't want to ever give it a chance.
They just want to keep doing whatever the hell they want to do, and when shit blows up, then who are they gonna point the fingers at?
Right.
You. Because of the decision that they decided to go with, that they told everybody to do, but it isn't working because everybody else is just like, well, why the hell are we doing this? And they're not fully committed to your idea because it doesn't make sense, and it just doesn't work out.
Right.
It's just a lot of it. It's just really annoying. Like, that even goes to me, like, at work, me trying to move up and whatnot. Like, and not only is it the whole you gotta know people, or the right people gotta look at you and shit like that, and the whole morning crew versus night crew thing, but literally, like, the managers that will be on my shift, I would try to show them that I can do this, that I can do that. Like, anytime I would try to switch with somebody's position, to show the managers, yeah, I can do this position. But as soon as I get on, I'd be on for like 5 seconds, and then, well, like literally like 5-10 minutes, and then they would take me off of that position and have somebody like the person that was originally on there be on there. And I'm like, why would you take me off? I've been doing just fine. We're not crashing, nothing's going on, I'm doing the job absolutely just fine. Why, like, I don't understand, why can't I just stay here? Even if it is something that you probably just want, just want the business to continue the way that you want it to. It seems like I'm just like causing a hassle to whatever the hell you're doing, and just go back to doing whatever I told you to do. And I'm just like it just made it really. It just frustrated me, because I'm like, I'm really trying to show my worth in this store. Show that I'm just not some just some team member that can only do the basic shit. I can do certified trainer shit. I know just about everything that needs to be known to be certified trainer. Hell, there's some shit about being a team leader that I don't know just because I haven't seen the videos. But outside of that, I could well possibly be a team leader. But none of the managers see that, because anytime I try to push myself or allow myself to put myself in a situation that's similar to what team leaders and certified trainers do, they always put me right back as soon as they notice it. Yet for some reason nowadays, I see new people doing the shit that I was trying to do, and the managers just throw them on there, and I'm like, really though?
Bruh, that's another podcast for another day. How? It's like you really wanna, even if we float back to the position chat, Blue. Like, for example, let's say you did want to become so and so. I'm just gonna throw a random job title out there: professional or a senior graphics designer. You know, and again, just for the very fact that we can't even get the opportunity to do it, and then someone ends up like filling that role. It's like, this entire time I've been here for you. Like, let's be real. Even if you were to get like a promotion or like a new position or something like that, honestly, being a millennial, we wouldn't care about the pay. Let's be real. Like, we wouldn't even care about the pay. Like, honestly, just give us the chance to prove what we can do. Obviously, we'll need some sort of training, just like every other human being on the planet. Give us a chance to fill that role and do that job for at least a certain number of time. You know, just let us have that chance. Try it out, whatever, blah blah blah, and just see if we can flourish from there. Because I always thought my logic behind it was companies usually try to hire within anyway, you know, because it's just a lot easier. You don't have to go through, you know, hoops and whatnot, and you can just say, hey, you know, we want you to do this now. There you go. And honestly, I remember I was actually in a position like this like last year. I was like, you know what, like, I don't even, like, just pay me the same exact thing, like, but let me do this role, you know, like, plain and simple. But instead of, and there was one more thing. There was one time when I was at a company. The engineers had two choices. Either they could hire one guy who was, you know, experienced in that field. They could hire one guy and pay him literally 6 figures, or they could hire like 3 intern type people, or, you know, beginners, people straight from college, and just pay them shit. They'd rather choose that one experienced guy and pay them every single dime than pay for like 3 or 4 younger guys to pretty much do that same exact role. It's like, I can understand if you don't have the, I guess, budget or time to train people. That's a different story. But when, like, you're a very successful, larger company, like, you can afford to, you know,
you can afford to pay to have new people be trained and stuff like that, because you got a 6-figure guy. I mean, that's all good and dandy, but the fact of the matter is, that's only one guy.
Right. Like,
what if you train the 3-4 people to learn just as much as that one guy can?
Yeah.
Then you have 3 people doing a shitload of work, and that's just being more cost effective eventually in the future.
Yeah. And it's like, if like, for example, if we were to get our own company or something like that, I'd rather hire those 3 guys. I wouldn't pay them crap, but I would pay them less than one guy getting all the money. Because, like, I believe, if you know anything about IT world, you know what, you know, different versions of RAID. Pretty much, I would want a human RAID system. Therefore, if someone were to fail, we have backups on hand. You know what I'm saying? Because what if my 6-figure one all-star guy gets shot the next day? It's like, okay, now what? You know what I'm saying? Like, I want my employees or team to be efficient. I want everyone on the team to be able to do each other's work, just in case the worst were to happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll always be ready.
You have that substitute.
Exactly, man. I don't know.
Which is exactly what they like. What I try to put myself at work, because I remember specifically the manager who I was having my interview with, the 2 managers who I had my interview with, they asked me what I prefer to be in the front and the back. I said, I don't give a damn. Put me wherever you need me. That's exactly what I said to both of them. Until this day, they're either going to put me in the front, they're either going to put me in the back. Sometimes, there have been plenty of times, there have been more days that this happens than it doesn't, where I would be in either the front or back, and I would constantly be switching back and forth because either somebody called out, or there's too many customers, so we need more people to be cooking up the food, or maybe there's too many people up front and too many new people on the register, so then they got to go back to the front register and stuff like that. like that's literally where I wanted to be. That's literally what I told him I wanted to do. I just wanted to be able to be in a position where wherever you need me, wherever you need somebody, if you need somebody to do something, you can call on me to go and do it.
Yes.
That's where I'm at currently.